Hey, welcome back to the nearly famous.
CV show. Hey, I found him.
Here we
I
are.
found him. If anybody, and actually, if you watched last week's episode,
What's that?
you did make a special appearance.
I know. I'm always in that one.
Did you see
Picture.
where you walked in the background
Yeah.
past me? Why? Yeah, I didn't catch that while we were recording, but he
It's like ghosts.
playing a little hide and seek, and I found him after I watched the video. So
Speaking of that, you ever watch the movie Ghosts?
I did.
Isn't there
Patrick Swayze.
Is there a scene in there where they say there is a?
Kid in the background.
Yeah, a kid.
Yeah. That and 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. But hey, here we are this
Here we
week
are. Welcome back.
in the snowy
So
outdoors.
One might wonder if you were in Pennsylvania yesterday. We had some flurries.
Yeah, lots of flurries yesterday, right in the very beginning of the day.
Yeah.
You know, it was amazing how many people came.
And it wasn't predicted, so that's the
Well, but listen, not predicted, but it was in the forecast. It was potential.
potential. But
Because
still.
everybody I come in, I go into work yesterday morning. I'm like, hey, how's everybody? And they're like, I didn't know it was supposed to snow.
Yeah, I think we're just been used to this kind of warm weather here in the Northeast, and it laid on the ground too. Normally, we get a little bit of snow flurry, but it doesn't lay. But today, it actually, or yesterday, it did. But I know last year you did a special episode.
I
safety
did.
video
I did.
on snow and how to handle snow, maneuver, and because sometimes people come from areas outside of the snow belts, and
Right.
they see that white stuff and they get nervous and they don't know how to respond or react in it. And you did a great video last year. We just thought we'd put an oldie but goodie back in.
Oldie but goodie, the old flashback.
Because you never grows old. The same truth
Same
applies,
technique
right?
and everything like that. So,
So why don't we take a look?
all right. All right. Well, this week, perfect timing as I sit here on this Thursday storm. Just figured I'd put a few tips out to everybody on how to drive safely. Most importantly, a few things you always want to, make sure you have enough gas when these storms are coming through, because you want to be able to have your car running if you need to behind an accident or a traffic jam. Another big thing, wipers. Always want to check your wipers. There's also, I'm a fan of the Rain-X that I put on my windows. It helps reduce some of the buildup on there. And headlights. Headlights are always key. In my personal opinion, headlights should be on anytime the car is in motion. But, definitely during storms and whatnot. So we're going to take a little trip over across town and just point out a few things along the way that are important to be safe in conditions like this. So here we go. Obviously, slow approaches into intersections, coming to stops and signaling early, very important in conditions like this. Making sure there's enough clearance to get out so that when your tires spin, there's no issue there. As you see the buildup on the side of the road there, it's slush. If you and there's some there in the middle as well. You want to keep your tires away from that, as that'll basically hydroplane you and pull the vehicle into the bad direction. So you're trying to want to stay to where other cars have been traveling and stay out of that big slushy, sloppy stuff. Also, any puddles that you may encounter, you want to make sure that you're staying away from them and don't just drive through them, because you have no idea what's in those. Now, bridges are a new scenario. Obviously, there's always signs that bridges freeze before the roadways just because of the clearance underneath with the wind and everything, and the water adding a little bit colder temperature. So you want to increase a little more following distance and be prepared for any slick roadway coming over a bridge. Again, as you approach stop signs and intersections, you want to make sure you have plenty of space and time to get out, and slow acceleration in situations like this is always key to make sure that you're not slipping and spinning and getting stuck in intersections and becoming a hazard for you. See the difference there when you have headlights on and when you don't. much more visible with headlights on. Always a safety issue. Big thing here is stale green lights. Obviously, that one there was green for a little while. You want to anticipate stale green lights, especially in conditions like this, so that you're not spiking the brakes and trying to stop at sudden moments. All right, so for a recap, you definitely want to make sure if you have to be out in these types of conditions that you have enough fuel, that you've checked your wipers prior to the season. You want to make sure that you have washer fluid and everything to make sure that you can keep your windows clean. Following distance is huge, slow acceleration at intersections, and always want to make sure that you have enough time and never rush it. But in the end, if you don't need to go out, your best option would be just to stay home, be safe, and wait it out. So there you have it.
Yeah.
Safe, awareness,
You went through
driving,
it all right there.
spaces, everything,
I love that, you always, whenever we film you driving, the one thing is constant.
The 10 and 2.
10 and 2.
So, but yeah, hey, so that's
Really all those same principles, whether you're in a personal vehicle or, a
company truck,
whatever
it is.
Everything applies there.
Yeah.
Take your time. That's really the thing. Make sure your wiper's good. When you get out of the vehicle, make sure you have good solid footing, right?
Yep. Yep. Always want to make sure of everything. Don't just step and assume.
Yeah.
Especially when the weather's not perfect. So, but what else? What's new?
No, not much. One thing, if everybody had noticed that, we like to talk about some of the current affairs. Maybe it's more sided towards like football a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big weekend.
Big weekend. There was a little controversy over last weekend into the Final Four in football.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
Florida State has a big gripe.
Right, they do, but reality is Alabama's probably better. So be truthful about it. So, but I don't know what you're supposed to do if you go undefeated and you don't
go undefeated. What more can you? What more can you do?
Right.
Maybe they want to say build a tougher schedule, but the schedule's like 3 or 4 years out, and.
Maybe they got to change. Maybe the NCAA's got to change how they do the bracket again.
Well, I guess next year they're going to 8 teams or something like that. So then,
the number 9 team will be.
So Florida State would be in.
Right.
So wait a year, do the same thing next year.
But other than that, for all you Swiftie fans out there, it looks like the romance is still going on with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, which is amazing. It's just, I scroll through my news feeds and
it's all over.
It's all over.
You can't miss it.
So
you can't miss it.
We might as well stay on the current trend and share that information as well. But if you're an Eagles fan, last weekend was what we call laying an egg. It was awful.
Big time.
Yeah.
We probably looked like Carolina Panthers a little bit there.
Yeah,
because they're awful. But the Eagles are very, very
bad. They're already calling for should Jalen Hurts be benched. They lose one game.
And he puts up the numbers, but it's a struggle. So we got to bounce back this week. We got the Cowboys.
Tough game, America's team. Well,
Cowboys,
it used to be America's team.
Cowboys are on a big winning streak. That's the end of the weekend. Tomorrow, a big Army-Navy game.
Yeah.
Lots of good things happening this week in sports.
Yeah, good sports. Why don't we talk a little bit about our favorite segment?
Let's
maybe
go.
We'll get right into it.
Right into our favorite segment. Here we go.
The Weekly Update.
So this week,
2
drivers. Perry from South Carolina.
Ooh, Perry.
And Ann from PA. So big welcome to them. Happy to have you join our team. And actually, as we talk about our team, before I get into that, we had 0 2 reportables and no lost time injuries.
Okay, so hold on. I always like to get the math
You
here.
get the math. You need the calculator there.
0
plus 0
plus 0
is 0. Can't get much better than that. Keep up the good work. Hey, got a little bit more trend here to get through the year. And,
I'm just trying to think if there's anything but 0. I just want to make sure.
No. Not much playing golf.
No.
So
that's really good. You got to say, we just talked earlier about winter weather. Let's keep that roll going. Let's take our time. Just coming to work, there was a couple of small accidents, but it was just rushed. Just tell what it was. It was not taking your time, not preparing
being
for it.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
with it. So just take a deep breath and relax. Plan ahead. Understand. Watching the forecast is huge.
Yeah.
Plan ahead. But, changes in the office.
Yeah, so we, if everybody has noticed, there's been some changes within the HR and safety departments within Watsontown Trucking, and we're excited about this. Granite, our producer, he is
He's taking on a big role.
taking
now.
on a big role. He can put recruiter next to his name, which is good for
So
Granite.
let's give a round of applause to Granite. Great job there. And Granite's got a great story. He definitely came from the warehouse, moved right up through. Started off over here in the office.
Log auditing.
Log auditor. And now taking another step for him. So great job. Congratulations.
Continued
Granite.
growth there. Yeah, that's right. So, and then Ashley Gottschall, so in HR, has taken on the role for Watsontown Trucking as our lead HR representative. So we're excited about that. So another.
Well, let's give
little
props to
round-
her.
round
Great
of
job,
applause for Ashley. So for just so everybody understands who our HR team is, Julie, here Milton, Julie, and Ashley. So really, they're cross-trained for both companies, but your primary contact for Watsontown Trucking would be Ashley, and your primary for warehousing would be Julie. And then in the South, we obviously have Rose and Pam assisting in HR functions as well. So, I keep getting dinged here,
Well, it is liquidation time.
Well, it is, and that's a good point. The sales, I guess the sales are coming through here, and I keep getting talked about. So we just bought 2 chairs. So
Hey,
I don't know. I haven't seen many representatives from the PLG group over trying to, except you, of course.
Well, I will tell you that I do have the freezer.
Yeah, the upright freezer. Everybody wants.
And I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many drivers have come in and said, "Hey, do they have any upright freezer over there?" I said, "They had one." Oh, really? I'm like, "Well, it's gone. It's in my basement." But I got lucky with that.
That came off the truck, rolled into the showroom. Brandon's standing there. It didn't even hit the showroom floor for 10 seconds.
No.
I said, I want that.
I said, "I'll take that."
He didn't even look at the price. I should have changed the price.
Yeah, you should.
But I didn't. He said,
But you know what? Hey, I was wowed by the price.
Yeah,
and I'm like, "I'll take it." And so paid for it. And it's a good thing I paid for that day. 'Cause
Yeah,
you would have sold it out from underneath.
Yeah.
I know you would.
Oh, well, if you
Because
didn't take it.
by the next day, I came back to pick
I
it up.
probably could have got a couple more dollars.
Yeah, for sure.
Hot item. But so really, I think with that, I think the retail on that was like $800, and you got it for what, 300?
300.
Yeah, so pretty good deals at the old LLC. And just so everybody can understand what makes it so special and why we can have such reduced prices, we're warehousing a lot of the stuff for Costco within our own warehouse, and we're able to purchase it out of our warehouse, put it in our showroom. So we reduce against any of the competitors any transportation costs, if you think about it. So really just reducing some, and that supply chain really strengthening that. So, it is able, it's been busy there. We're getting our advertising out, but please check us out. Not every day you need a fridge, not every day. I know it's Christmas season, not normally going to buy a refrigerator, but if it does go out, make sure you think of us.
And you got the Lewisburg Liquidation Center is online.
Yep.
You got the website, now. Check that out.
You can purchase online too, and then schedule your pickup. So, we're really adapting well there and growing that, and we look forward to continued success. So again, I know tax return season's coming, so that's always a good time for a new couch too, right?
Absolutely.
There's a plug, shameless plug. But no, what else we got going on?
I think that's, holiday season's coming up. We got 17 days or something like that till big Kris Kringle comes to town. So make sure you get your shopping done.
Can I ask? I think I may have asked you this year. What is your favorite, classic holiday? Like, what gets you in the spirit?
So there's a few movies that we always have to watch. One of my favorites probably is Four Christmases. But I also am a big fan of Elf.
That's a funny one.
And then my kids, they like Home Alone.
Yeah.
No, that's always, when they run the 24 hours of the Christmas Story, got to watch that. But actually, Elf is 20 years old this year.
No, wow.
Yeah, so Elf is 20 years old this
Trivia.
year. Actually, back in November, it was released in 2003. But 20 years going strong.
So do you have lights outside? Are you in the spirit?
We have our porch decorated with the trees that my son was selling, and so we decorated out front. Well, my wife decorated out front, but the inside of my house looks like a winter wonderland. I believe we have 5 or 6 Christmas trees in my house.
No me and team, right?
There's no me and team. There's no me and team unless
it's
unless you misspell it.
So it's we.
It's we.
All right. So hey, That's good. So do you no inflatables out in the yard?
No, I used to have a lot of extension cords.
Yeah, where'd they go? I got that 100 foot. I used that this year. Too.
they vanished somewhere.
So I went away personally. You know, I was big on inflatables. In fact, there's you guys came up to my house one time and made a mess of my inflatables very kindly.
We just
rearranged. We can't talk about
we
what
rearranged.
happened. Yeah, some of these pictures. But anyway, but this year I kind of went away from the inflatables.
Okay.
I did. No inflatables.
No inflatables.
No inflatables. But I did a lot of lights outside. You
Okay.
know? Yeah. And I come home the other day and there's 2 more boxes of lights. So
Hey.
we
So it's a big fan in the house.
yeah.
Someone's
So I
big
said,
fan.
what tree or where do you want these? You know, just a tree outside. Okay. But you know, so I guess if you have stock, maybe I purchase stock in some of these light companies, I would do well. So.
Yeah. And actually, why don't we do this? So we got, what, 2 more weeks,
Yeah.
2.5 weeks?
Send some photos.
Send some photos of your house as decorated.
Yeah.
Text them to myself or Granite. Probably not Chris because I'll probably never get them. But text them to Granite or me, and maybe we can do like a little, a little slideshow.
Yeah.
You know,
That'd
a
be
week
fun.
before Christmas. Even if you have some nice, if it's not your home, but it's your neighborhood home or somewhere around the
Right.
neighborhood, grab a snapshot of that, and we'll do like a little slideshow here coming up and leading into Christmas. Get everybody
That'd be
in the
fun.
holiday
That'd be
spirit,
fun.
so.
So one last thing, I want to let you know. You talked about what gets me in the spirit every year. And now it comes right after Thanksgiving, but I'm really big on Rudolph. It's always been my favorite. It never
Now,
grows
which
old.
one?
As a kid, I used to get so scared of the.
So is that the one where he goes to like Misfit Island, or no, a different one?
Not original Rudolph.
Oh, like the real Rudolph. So
Yeah.
I like the one where they go to Misfit Island.
Oh,
and all
man.
that. That's a good one with
I didn't
the.
know there was that one.
Some of us live on
I
the
was a
rocks.
good- yeah, no, I didn't see that. I stayed at a true classic.
So,
I'm gonna
well,
like
hey,
too, so.
sponsors.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
Logistics Group.
The growth is crazy. The support is magnificent, and we couldn't do it without them. Patent Logistics Group, Patent Logistics, Wattstown Trucking, Patent Warehousing, all together. Great family to work for. Great family to be part of.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks to everybody for joining us this week, and we'll be back again next week. You know, with some new things. I think we're getting ready for the new year, and we got some new show items
I
coming in.
believe soon there's a 12-page something coming.
Oh, could be that time of year.
We'll see what that might bring. Until next week, be safe.
Take care.